Alrighty, we have a circuit board here, and we have to replace a few components on it. We have to replace this little capacitor right here on the bottom right. We have to replace this ceramic capacitor right here. And we have to replace this bigger diode right here. So we'll go wet our sponge. So we can pull this old capacitor out. Let's make sure our iron is heated up. And we can just tin the tip here a little bit. And we'll pull our old capacitor out like this. Tune the tip a little bit there. There we go. There's this capacitor removed. We have to remove this little one here. We have to move this diode out. To clean and tin our tip again. We'll grab our diode like this. Melt this out of there and pull it out. Hold with the pliers here like this and prop it against this transformer here that's solid. So you can pull it out easier. There it is, we got it out. And now we got to get the other end out. clean our tip, clean our iron. There we go. We can take our solder pump now. We can clean our holes up. The other one came out nice and clean. So there's that one. We'll pump out these holes over here. I'll bring the camera down close so you can see. Okay, so we'll turn our iron a little bit here. And we'll clean these two holes. It's nice how this thing jams up. Okay, I unjammed this, so clean our tip. We'll try again. There we go, we got a nice clean hole. Nice clean hole. And we have a little electrolytic capacitor we have to replace over here. Here's that one. Now we got our holes cleaned out. Okay, so I just went over to our parts drawer and I got the parts out we need. So this ceramic cap here is not polarized. So we have to shape our leads to fit it in the holes. With the writing facing out. So that's how the old one was. Put it into our board. So we might have to clean a little more solder out of this hole up here. a little bit more. You gotta be very careful so you don't push your pads up on the circuit boards. So we got it to go in. And we'll bend our leads a little bit so that the component stays in and up. Down a little bit. Like that here. Okay, now we have our big diode we got to put in up here. So you'll see a little arrow here pointing towards that line, this hole here. So you take the end, you'll see a line on the diode here, so that's going to be going in the top part. So we'll just bend it down like this. Now a bit of our pad broke off and came off, so I'll show you a way to fix that. So bend this over this way, and this one this way. And now we have our little tiny capacitor here. The plus is up here, so you'll see the little line there, which is the minus. So you put that on the opposite side of where the plus mark is. You just set it in the hole like this. You just bend your lead over a little bit. You know, I'll bring the camera down close and show you up close how to do the soldering. So we'll clean our tip. We have our nice solder wire here and a nice little thing here. We can pull it out. Tin our iron. And we'll solder these two terminals or legs here. This one here. This is the one where the pad broke on our other component. Here's our little tiny capacitor right here. Make sure our leg is coming up through here. Now here's where our run broke. Our pad broke right here. So we're gonna pump this off here, and we're gonna put a jumper wire from here to here because it's the same run there. Okay, so what we have is we have a nice piece of like 8/16 gauge or 22 gauge wire. So we're going to pump that one more time, make sure we get all the solder off of that. Just let it fall, don't get upset. We'll tin our iron a little bit here. Heat that up one more time. Pump it out. If it doesn't go, you just try one more time, and if it doesn't go, it doesn't go. Okay, so we'll cut our piece of wire here. Okay, so what we can do is we'll loop it to go around this piece, this one here. If you lose it, you lose it. You just make another one. I have to make that loop really nice and small here. Let's see if that fits. And it does. So we can bring it up this way. We can close it better here. Here we go. We have a nice closed loop there. Tin our iron. We'll solder it. Like that. And now we gotta get it wrapped around this one. Okay, so we can take our cutters here and we'll just cut a little bit off, like about right here. Here we go. Now we'll get that wrapped around our post up here. I wanted to get it to go all the way around, but if you can't, she can't. You don't cry about it. You don't complain about it. It is what it is. Well, I got it halfway, so you know what? I'm going to be thankful for halfway and not complain about the half I can't get. So what you do is you clean your iron. Now this pad is good up here, so tin the iron. Eat the jumper wire of the pad. I might have to do it from over on this side. It's a big thick lead there. Get a nice solder flow like that. That's what we want. We'll let that cool a little bit. And we'll just clip our excess leads off here. And you see we have a little hole down here, so we can touch that up, hit a little more solder in there. Clean our tip, tin the iron. There we go. We'll just heat the whole thing here. And we'll fill this little gap in right back in here. I don't like that little hole there, but there we go. That's what we want. So we got that all filled, and there's our solder joint between here and here. Okay, so we soldered this here with our jumper wire for the broken pad, and that joint right there. We soldered these two connections here for that brown capacitor, and we soldered this one and that one for that little capacitor. Then every time you're done soldering, you always want to take some solder and tin your iron. It preserves your tip. And we'll shut our switch off here. Okay, so here's our diode we replaced. See, the blue line goes to the line here that the arrow is pointing to, if you can see that down in there. Here is our little electrolytic capacitor. You'll see the minus there. You put that lead opposite of where you see this little plus under here. It's on the other side underneath the capacitor. And we replaced this film capacitor right here, and we've just put the pointing out, the writing out, because it's not polarized. Alrighty, so that is how to repair a circuit board here in the country I was born in. Peace. Thanks for watching.